Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today's video, I've done the 5 things I love about the 05 to 09s, and now I'm doing the 5 things that I hate. Now, I'm using the word hate very lightly because I don't really hate anything on this car, but there are some things that need to be addressed. So if you're interested in purchasing one of these vehicles or you own one, hopefully you can relate to this, or it'll maybe help you sway you in one way or another. So without further ado, let's hop into it, but hit that like button. All right, guys, so number 1 is going to be this right here. It is the single exhaust. Now, this is a super easy quote-unquote fix, even though there's nothing wrong with it, but let's face it, the dual exhaust looks so much better. The single exhaust, I don't know, I'm a very symmetrical guy, so the fact that it only has one on one side just kind of annoys me. Also, by the way, peep that. Got a lovely gift from a coworker there. If you guys haven't seen that video, go check it out on my channel. It's a few videos back. But yeah, single exhaust, you can definitely make these cars sound good, but it just looks, off, right? Yeah, it's crooked. So definitely have to get the dual exhaust, but let's show you guys number 2. Blasting music. So yeah, this right here is the biggest eyesore in the world. So for those that don't know, on the 05 to 09s, depending on which trim model you have, they have the leather inserts. So they're supposed to look like this, but with the heat, the adhesive, it just absolutely disintegrates and peels off, and now it looks like doo-doo. Now, easy fix again. I think you could probably take like sandpaper or something, remove all this additional extra crusty adhesive, and then like super glue it back on. I'm just too lazy. They sell some door cards on eBay that I'm probably going to order because I don't want to deal with it happening again, especially because this car sits outside. But yeah, I don't know if you guys here, I'll try to get an angle. You can see it's actually almost sharp. Like if you were to like rub your arm on this, it could actually kind of hurt. So yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer, but hey, it doesn't really affect functionality. But in terms of functionality, something that I don't like about this car, this thing right here, this transmission. So for those that don't know, this is the 5R55, and I think it's the S series. I don't know. Either way, this transmission is clunky. I'm going to be completely transparent. I've owned this car for now almost 8 years, and the shift is second to third is just real clunky sometimes. Now, that might just be my unit, but these transmissions are pretty fragile. They're not meant for power, and they're kind of sloppy. Now, daily driving and whatnot, it definitely gets the job done. Most people aren't really going to complain about that, but it is kind of frustrating because I feel like if you're buying one of these cars, they are meant to be more of a performance vehicle. So when you have a sloppy trans like this, it does kind of stink, and there's no paddle shifters. You have no manual like control over it. Now, I know some people, they'll put it down to like 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can shift it that way, but I've always been told and taught, I guess, that that's really not designed for that unless you have a shift kit. But what do I know? So yeah, transmission, I mean, it'll last a while, but I wouldn't beat on it, and I definitely wouldn't be shifting it on your own because you're probably going to toast it. Now, let me show you guys number 4. Now, number 4 actually does affect functionality, but I found ways around it. Let's start the car, and hopefully you guys can see it. It's a little sunny out. Do you guys see my oil gauge right now? It is showing that it's well above high and that my gas is negative, like a quarter tank empty, and my RPMs are at 500. Yeah, super frustrating. The stepper motors on these cars, or on the instrument panel gauges, are known to go out. They fail and they get a mind of their own. So right now, the only ones that actually work properly is my speedo, and even that one tends to change and it'll stop working at times. And the engine temp, which is a plus, but that one also several times has just decided to stop working. So yeah, it's kind of annoying. When it comes to the gas, this one is the premium. I've talked about this in other videos, but you can go over to info and you can see how many miles left you have until empty. So that does make it a little bit easier, because otherwise you're going to be guessing on how much gas you have. And honestly, nowadays, I think I'd rather have to guess on how much gas I have, because gas prices here, I paid $5.89 the other day for 87, by the way, not premium, 87. And it cost me almost 60 bucks for like 3/4 of a tank. So yeah, that one stunk. Actually, there was more than a quarter tank left. Yeah, it's bad. It's really, really bad. Not a fan of that, but easy enough fix. Now, last but not least, it's going to be the interior. Now, this one is hit or miss for me. I can't really fault the car too much. This car is from 2005, but everything is plastic. I mean, everything you touch is a cheap plastic. Now, I think the styling is excellent. I really think that this car does great for its age, but you have to be honest, you know, for build quality, especially compared to other brands, this is not great. Definitely a step up over the new Edge. Do not get me wrong. My 03 Cobra's interior is awful. But yeah, this is definitely a cheaper material. You can't expect much from it. And it does tend to like show some wear and tear. But I mean, it's a 17-year-old car. So yeah, guys, that's kind of my 5 things that I hate. And again, I'm using that in like quotation marks. I do not hate this car. If I hated it, I would not own it. But there are some small quirks, and I'm sure there's a few other ones. If you guys watch some other YouTube videos, people will go in depth on some of the issues. But I do love this car. But some things need to be addressed. I'm sure these do also come in a 5-speed manual, and I'm sure that those transes are slightly more desirable and probably in better condition, or you know, it's a manual, so you get to drive it the way you want. You don't really have to worry about a quote-unquote clunky trans. So yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that like button, and also maybe consider subscribing if you want to see more Mustang content, because I put out at least 3 videos a week with Mustang content. And if you like 4.0s, there's really not many better channels out there on YouTube that go as in-depth as I do on this, because I think I've made upwards of almost like 50, 60 videos on this, and we got a lot more coming. So thank you guys so much. Again, hit that like button, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.